A gift for mother.
This is a true story about a poor family. When the child just started school, his father passed away. The mother and the child supported each other, scattered some soft red soil to the father's tomb to bid farewell to him. The mother chose not to marry again, staying alone to raise the young child. At that time, the village had no electricity. Every evening, the little one would light a small oil lamp and read books, and draw. The mother, on the other hand, would sew and mended clothes with a needle and thread until late at night. Then, in the early morning, she would get up early to go to the fields and plant rice. The child knew that the mother always saved the better portion of food for himself, sewing new clothes while she wore the same old ones. Every meal, the mother would eat vegetables and leave the meat for the child. The child had great love for the mother, and became more diligent in his studies day by day. One day, the neighborhood was abuzz. A large crowd of adults and children gathered around a small stall selling beautifully crafted handkerchiefs. The child also wanted to buy one for the mother, as when she worked in the fields, sweat would glisten on her forehead. The child truly wanted to save up money to buy this small gift, but he didn't know how to earn it. The child went around the neighborhood, asking at each house if they needed any help so he could earn a bit of money to buy a gift for his mother. However, all the adults declined to hire him. The child returned home, bored out of his mind. It was then that he encountered a wealthy child from the neighborhood. Upon hearing the child's story, the wealthy child issued a challenge: go to the rumored haunted house at the edge of the village. If the child could go there and write on the wall that he had been there, the wealthy child would give him her allowance to buy a gift for his mother. Since childhood, the child had been very afraid of the dark, so he hesitated to accept the challenge from the wealthy child. However, he really wanted to buy a gift for his mother, and knowing that the small stall would only be in the neighborhood for a few more days before moving to another village, the child pondered for a long time before finally accepting the challenge. The child agreed to take on the challenge and, alongside the wealthy child, headed towards the abandoned house at the end of the village. Each step the child took was filled with tension, a significant challenge for his young, tender soul. They held onto a wild branch to console themselves. The rustling of leaves underfoot, combined with the thick darkness, made the child's heart beat even faster. But his love for his mother surged within them, providing a strength that pushed past the fear. The child pressed on towards the abandoned house, curiosity and determination gleaming in his eyes. As the child's foot touched the threshold of the abandoned house, a cold breeze swept in, sending shivers down their spine. He hesitated, hesitated, hesitated. The feeling of fear mingled with excitement, and anticipation flooded his soul. The child stepped into the abandoned house with trembling hands. The interior was desolate, with only the sound of their footsteps and the rustling of leaves beneath them. The darkness was thick, with only a few faint glimmers of light seeping through cracks in the doors and gaps in the walls. The musty smell of dampness and wild plants permeated every nook and cranny of the house, making the air feel humid and stifling. Strange, unfamiliar shadows seemed to materialize in the darkness, but the child didn't stop, defying the trembling within. With the wild branch held out before them like a shield against the darkness, the child's gaze remained fixed ahead, a glint of determination in his eyes. Yet, the fear still coursed through him. However, with the love he held for his mother, the child conquered it all. He wrote on the wall and received the money from the wealthy child. A moment later, the child had written his message on the wall as per the agreement. The wealthy child kept her promise and handed the child a coin. With joy in his heart, the child hurried back to the small stall. A bright red handkerchief was carefully bundled up, looking truly delightful. At home, the child placed the handkerchief carefully in a gift box and wrote a small note for his mother. When evening came, and the mother returned from the fields, the child presented the gift. The mother was taken aback, her eyes lighting up with surprise and delight. The small hands of the child and the mother embraced tightly, a moment of gratitude for the sacrifices and love they shared. From then on, whenever the child felt fear, he would think of the red handkerchief and the power of family love. He knew that no matter how difficult life became, love and sacrifice were always the most important things.
New words. Have no electricity. Handkerchief. Bored out of one's mind. Accept the challenge. Sacrifice. Have no electricity. Handkerchief. Bored out of one's mind. Accept the challenge. Sacrifice. Have no electricity. Handkerchief. Bored out of one's mind. Accept the challenge. Sacrifice. 1. What is the story mainly about? A. The story is about a little boy. B. The story is about a mother. C. The story is about the power of family love. D. The story is about filial piety. Two. When did the boy's father die? A. When he was born. B. When he was 2 years old. C. When he just started school. D. When he was in high school. Three. What did the boy's mother receive? A. A handkerchief. B. A scarf. C. A hat. D. A necklace. Four. How did he earn money? A. A wealthy woman hired him. B. A rich man gave him the money. C. He stole the money from his friend. D. He accepted to go to the haunted house. Five. Did he write the message on the wall successfully? A. Yes, he did. B. No, he didn't. C. Yes, he was. D. No, he wasn't.